Hello everybody, this is Joe from PrepAgent. Hope you're having a great day. Got some exciting things to show you. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up and we will begin. I see we got some people from Texas here. I'm sure it is hot in Houston. Is that the name of a show, Hot in Houston? I feel like that was the name of a sitcom. But I'm not sure. You guys will know better than I do. Or maybe you won't. So I see you got the thumbs up from Roxanne, and we are ready to rock. We have Adrian and Arthur on the line today, so they'll be helping me in the chat window, as the chat window could get pretty busy. So if you've got any questions you want to ask, you can always ask them there. Okay, so today we're doing contracts. Before I show you what I want to show you, just while we're waiting people to get on the line, let me ask you guys a question. What are the 4 essentials of a valid contract? Who knows what are the 4 essentials of a valid contract? Anybody? 4 essentials of a valid contract. We'll see who's ready to go by who could answer that. The 4 essentials of a valid contract. Okay, so April says capable parties, lawful object, consideration. So we got capable parties, lawful object, consideration, and offer and acceptance. Good. Okay, saw some of you writing stud or does. That was the 4 essential elements of value, something different. That has to do with demand, utility, scarcity, and transferability. That has to do with the essential elements of value. All right. Natalie says mutual consent. That's correct. So as you guys see, I have the dashboard open. I did not go to the initial practice exams yet, so I wanted to show you guys something. Arthur added a new feature. Those guys who were there Friday would know about this. We went over it then, but I wanted to show you guys all this. It's a brand new feature Arthur built. He worked really hard to build it. What this is based upon is the test-taking strategy that we like to teach, where you categorize things from easy to difficult to almost impossible. So when you do your exam, okay, how do you guys go about doing your exam? What do you guys think? So when you do your exam, what I want you guys to do is you go through the exam, you answer the ones that are really easy for you first, and then you make 3 columns. The ones a little harder, you put in the first column. So for example, you put 23B. You put B because that's your first impulse. The second column, you do things that are kind of hard. So you put like 24C or whatever it may be. So the first column is a little bit easy, but not that easy. The second column is hard. Then what do you put in that third column? What do you guys think? What do you guys put in that third column when you're taking your exam? What do you guys think? So you make 3 columns when you take your exam and you organize it. Okay, so that third column, it may as well be Greek. You have no idea what it is. That's of course, unless you guys speak Greek, then probably be easy. That's the no idea column. The reason for that is so that you work on the ones that are the easiest first and you leave the ones that are hardest to the end. Why? Because you want to spend the most time with the ones that you have the most chance of getting correct. Everybody got that? You want to spend the most time with the ones you have the most chance of getting correct. So therefore, when it gets to that last column, well, those are probably going to be a guess anyway. Correct, guys? So if you're running out of time or energy or patience, whatever it may be, all of the above, well, you probably weren't going to get those right anyway. Everybody got that? It's a way to mentally organize the exam. Everybody right? Got it, if you got it, if you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you understand what I'm talking about, that will lead me to show you what Arthur built here with the vocabulary worksheet. So I clicked on the vocabulary worksheet right here. Everybody see it, right? I see it. Okay, now we always speak about how the vocabulary is the most important thing. That's the last thing you should do, and of course the first thing you should do. You should always know your vocabulary before you do anything else. We tell you guys you should print out a blank sheet and write it in. Write in that vocabulary, okay? Because writing is an active activity that keeps you focused rather than just staring at some words and hoping that it just sucks into your brain by some magic. You want to be active. Remember, this stuff is pretty boring. And we build this stuff in the mind that everybody has ADD. I know what you're thinking. I don't have ADD. Well, you will when you study real estate law. We always say if you can't sleep at night, open up your real estate exam book and you'll be out in 2 seconds. Anybody with me on that? So we build this with the mind that this stuff's really hard to stay focused. So this is what he built. Okay? So you see the different categories here. And I'm just going to show an example, then we'll get into today's lessons on the contracts. So Chattel Real, what do you guys think that is? What do you guys think that is? Who could define that? So you see here with definitions, I'm going to take away the definitions by clicking on that right there. So there's no definitions there, so we have to write it in. Okay. Do I have anything for test anxiety? Yeah, yoga. Okay, personal property. I'm going to categorize this as easy. Okay, fixture. We'll write Maria just for right now. Medium, trade fixture, business, office, and hard. Everybody see what I mean here? So I categorize easy and medium, hard. You could do that all the way down the list. So now, I don't need the unmarked ones there. I just want to see the easy ones. Everybody see that now? Only the things I marked off as easy come up. If I only want to see the ones I marked off as medium, well, here I have both. Click off the easy, and just the medium ones show up. Everybody see that there? And of course, if I want to see the hard ones, I just click on hard, and I see the ones I marked off as hard. Everybody got that? And if I want to see all of them, as I click on them, they show up. We did this to help you organize your guys' thoughts and your studying so you can focus on the words that you find the most difficult, and so eventually they'll all get put to that easy column. And of course, you could clear your difficulty ratings there, clear your definitions if you want, and of course, you could print it at any time. We want to make this printable for those of you guys who like that. This is a new feature. I do not believe anybody else has this who has exam prep. If they do, they stole it from us because this comes from the genius mind of Arthur, our wonderful techie and so much more. So he built this, and this is custom built by the PrepAgent team between Adrian, Arthur, and I trying to come up with this, and he did the technical aspect of it. So if you guys like it, give him a big compliment. I know he appreciates it. So I think it's really awesome what he did. If for whatever reason you guys do not like it, okay, we still have the old stuff that we had right there. Okay, you guys see this down below? If for some reason, this doesn't work for you, and that's fine, you guys can see the old things we used to have, the blank word sheet that you could print out right there. So nobody's being forced to use it. It's an option. And you guys see when I clicked off everything, it's not there anymore. I hope you guys like it. If you have any feedback, let us know. As it was written at the top, this is a beta feature, so please let us know if anything doesn't work as expected. You can always access the previous PDF vocabulary worksheet at the bottom of this page. So we always want your feedback, so you just let us know. We're always trying to think of different ways to get you guys past. At the end of the day, all this information is pretty much the same across the board. What we try to differentiate ourselves in is how we present it. Okay, at the end of the day, it's all kind of boring real estate law. Okay, Stephanie Dunn said, also, Joe, they should print off the key concepts in the outline. That's a great point, Stephanie. That option is there. Anybody have any questions about that before we enter into the contracts part of our lesson today? Seems like everybody's happy with it. So if you have any questions, Arthur, if there's anything you want to add, write it in the chat. Adrian, if you want to add anything, let us know. With that being said, we will enter into contracts today. Okay, so real quick, I want you guys to enter it again. What are the 4 essentials of a valid contract? That is why I asked at the beginning of the webinar, so we should all get it right. So we should all get this correct. What are the 4 essentials of a valid contract? It said we kicked off the webinar with this today, so the 4 essentials of a valid contract are mutual consent, lawful object, consideration, and capable parties. See, Ashley accomplished a cold. That is for the essentials of the agency. And I see some people writing dust. So let's not get in the habit of just belting out acronyms that we're familiar with. Essential of a valid contract, like dust, cold, things. Okay, so that is the base of today's discussion. Right? So let's do the first question we see on the board. The buyer has been held to be in default on a contract of sale. If buyer and seller is not agreed on liquidated damage, the seller could do which of the following? A, sue the buyer for compensatory damages. B, require the buyer to find a substitute purchaser. C, obtain a court order preventing the buyer from purchasing another property. D, arrange for criminal proceedings against the buyer. And I'll read that again. The buyer has been held to be in default on a contract of sale. If a buyer and the seller have not agreed on liquidated damage, the seller could do which of the following? A, sue the buyer for compensatory damages. B, require the buyer to find a substitute purchaser. C, obtain a court order preventing the buyer from purchasing another property. Or D, arrange for criminal proceedings against the buyer. And we click check answer, and the answer is A, sue the buyer for compensatory damages. Good. Looks like everybody's doing well with that first question. Let's do another one. When a counteroffer is made, A, the original offeror cannot amend his terms. B, the offeree becomes the offeror. C, it is considered a partial acceptance of the original offer. Or D, the original offer becomes a unilateral offer. Okay, so when a counteroffer is made, A, the original offeror cannot amend his terms. B, the offeree becomes the offeror. C, is considered a partial acceptance of the original offer. Or D, the original offer becomes a unilateral offer. Okay, so do we all know what a counteroffer is? What is a counteroffer? Who here could tell me that? What is a counteroffer? So a counteroffer is very simply said, a brand new offer. So when the offer is brand new, the offeree becomes the offeror. The offeree becomes the offeror. Everybody got that? Essentially, I'll give you $500,000 for your house. You say no. I reject that offer, terminate that offer, and I'm going to make you a new offer of my house for your $550,000. Okay, the offeree becomes the offeror. Do we all know our OREE rule? What is the OREE rule? So I see Adrian mentioned our Instagram. Make sure you follow us there, prep_agent. You can see me doing videos on concepts just like this. So what is the OREE rule? Remember our little rhyme. OR, lessor, vendor, giveors, the offeror of the proprietor for your pleasure. Lessee, vendee, gives me property, makes me happy. I know it makes it sound ridiculous, but if you remember, EE receives, OR gives, and you do that little rhyme while you take an exam, you'll feel stupid, but you'll pass. And isn't that what we all want? You'll be sitting there in your exam going, lessee, vendee, gives me property, happy, woo, pass, got my license. You'll pass, you'll go to your car, and you'll play We Are the Champions from Queen, because that's what everybody plays after they pass, and then you're good to go. We are the champions. How many of you guys hear that song in your head every time you do something really awesome? Okay, moving right along. When a zoning change occurs, but owners are allowed to continue with non-conforming use, this is A, grandfather clause, B, release clause, C, acceleration clause, or D, subordination clause. Now read it again. When zoning changes occur, but owners are allowed to continue with a non-conforming use, this is A, grandfather clause, B, a release clause, C, acceleration clause, or D, a subordination clause. And the answer is A, grandfather clause. There's lots of clauses. We're actually working on a video where we do clauses as they relate to loans. Essentially, a clause is just a stipulation of in a contract where one thing can't happen until something else occurs. Okay. The duration of a listing agreement is A, whatever is negotiated between the buyer and the seller, B, 90 days, C, 3 months, D, whatever is negotiated between the agent and the seller. So I'll read it again. The duration of a listing agreement is A, whatever is negotiated between the broker and the seller, B, 90 days, C, 3 months, or D, whatever is negotiated between the agent and the seller. What do you guys think? And the answer is A, whatever is negotiated between the broker and the seller. Who here can tell me what a listing contract is? What is a listing contract? What do you guys think? What is a listing contract? What do you guys think? A listing contract is an employment contract. Good job, guys. It's an employment contract. What are you being employed to do? What is it that you are being employed to do? What do you guys think? What is it that you are being employed to do? You're being employed to find a buyer. Why are you not being employed to sell the house? Why are you not being employed to sell the house? What do you guys think? Very simply, because it's not your house. The contract to sell the house is that purchase agreement. Everybody got it? That's the purchase agreement to the buyer and the seller. The listing contract is the agreement that the seller employs you to find a buyer. Okay, good job, everybody. And how long is that listing agreement? However long you guys want it to be. There are industry standards of how long it can be, but at the end of the day, it's whatever you guys agree upon. Now, if you guys notice right now, we have almost 300 people in this chat, which is a lot. That's because today we open up this webinar to the public. Usually these webinars are only for our premium members. And when we do those premium webinars, the chats are usually about 30 to 40 people. So it goes a lot slower in the chat. We're able to discuss and interact a lot easier. Also, the premium members get access to these webinar recordings. They could see all of them over and over again via their control panel. That control panel I showed you when we started today. So if you guys want the premium, sign up. We have a discount in the show notes. Make sure you look at the show notes. I believe the discount code is the word live. So you guys get a discount there if you need it. The word's live. And we will see what we could do there. Okay, so we know it's expensive, so we do have a discount there for you guys who need it. Okay, moving right along. But as I said, the premium webinars we do every day, well, 5 days a week, every weekday, I should say. And the chat is much smaller, and you get access to all the recorded webinars. Thank you, Valerie. You're the best. I owe you a Starbucks. Saying such nice things. I'm trying to wean myself off of Starbucks. Anybody else? I got that free Starbucks drink when you get the enough stars, and you get free whatever you want. So I told them to put everything they can, make the most expensive Starbucks drinks possible, and they put everything in it. And after I drank it, I thought I was going to paint a house in like Nebraska. I was going to go run across the whole country. I was so jacked up on caffeine and sugar. Never do that. It was horrible. I said, make me the most expensive Starbucks drink possible. I took 3 sips. Felt like one of the X-Men. And then I took a nap 10 minutes later. Okay, here we go. What is it called when one person is substituted for another in a contract? A, hypothecation. B, subordination. C, novation. D, rediction. I'll read it again. What is it called when one person is substituted for another in a contract? A, hypothecation. B, subordination. C, novation. Or D, rediction. And the answer is novation. Thomas nailed it. Thomas Sarit. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Novation. Nova is Latin for new. Everybody write that in the chat right now. Nova new. Nova new. I want to see that written a lot in the chat. Nova new. Nova is Latin for new. Who could tell me any other Latin that you need to know for your exam? So Nova is Latin. Is there any other Latin that could help us for the exam? What do you guys think? So you got Nova. What else is there? You got caveat emptor, which means buyer beware. We have lease pendens, which stands for lawsuit pending. We have ad valorem, which is according to value. We have per otro vi, which means for the life of another. Not sure if I pronounced that last one right, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so there's lots of Latin we can know for our exam. Is the word amortization Latin? Interesting. Just graceful. Pig Latin, Adrian says. Whatever that means. Okay, Jones, the seller, receives an offer to purchase and puts forth a counteroffer to Brown, the buyer, until Brown notifies Jones of his acceptance or rejection of Jones. Okay, I'll read that again. Jones, the seller, receives an offer to purchase and puts forth a counteroffer to Brown, the buyer. Until Brown notifies Jones of acceptance or rejection, Jones, A, may produce a new counteroffer. B, cannot accept another offer from a different buyer. C, may accept Brown's original offer. Or D, is legally bound to the terms of the counteroffer. What do you guys think? And the answer is A. May produce a new counteroffer. So where's everybody from? Everybody write the state they're from. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. We're just curious. Looks like we got people from all over the country here. Sorry guys, just move my microphone a little bit. Where's everybody from? We got Virginia, California, Jersey, South Carolina, Oklahoma. My brother lives in New Jersey. If you ever met someone from New Jersey, the moment you say New Jersey, they always got to repeat it. New Jersey, Jersey rocks, woo! He married a girl from the Jersey Shore. You got Tennessee, Atlanta. I'm not from New Jersey. Not that there's anything wrong with New Jersey. Alabama. New Jersey is the most condensed state in the country. I mean, there's the least open space per per area in that state, more than any other state. Got Tennessee, Atlanta. So in case you guys are wondering, we're new to this webinar, why we have everybody from all over the country. What we try and do, and Adrian helps me with this, is to make sure we go over webinars, make sure the information we go over webinars apply to everybody. We pull out the information that's state specific, that's in your control panel. Depending on what state you're on, we have state specific information control panel, but these webinars we keep to the generic information that goes across the board to all states. In case some of you guys are new or wondering how we help everybody from every state. We spend a lot of time trying to find the content that applies to everybody. Like the stuff we talked about, contracts, that goes across all states. The more state-specific information, for example, will have to do with like commissioner regulations and things of that nature. National materials, anything that has the word federal in it, like federal fair housing, and basic definition of like contracts and basic terms. Okay, move right along. A written agreement in which an owner allows an individual to use a property in exchange for rent and also gives that individual the right to buy the property for a specified price within a specified period. This contract would most likely be A, estate for years, B, estate at sufferance, C, lease option, or D, listing contract. Okay, I'll read it again. A written agreement in which an owner allows an individual to use a property in exchange for rent and also gives that individual the right to buy the property for a specific price within a specified period. This contract will most likely be A, estate for years, B, estate at sufferance, C, lease option, or D, listing option. And the answer is lease option. Okay, everybody know what an option contract is. What is an option contract? What is a lease option, as you see on the board? So lease option is when you rent it, and at a designated time during the rental period or at the end, you have the option to purchase the property. Okay, and for that option, you give an extra amount of consideration in the form of money up front or extra money in the monthly rental amount. And if you do not exercise your option, you do not get that money back. But if you do exercise that option, that money will go towards the price of the house. Has everybody got that? So you would frame it in a way where it's a bad idea not to exercise the option, but it is still your option. That's right, Jennifer. This would be rent to own. Okay, and this would be a unilateral contract. This would be a unilateral contract because the person with the optionee, does not have to do anything. It's a bad idea for them not to follow through the option, but it is their option. Whereas the one who received that extra money, the optionor, the guy who's given that option, he has to follow through with it if the person who paid that consideration wants to. Okay. Let's do another one about options since we just talked about that. Which of the following statements about options is false? A lease option is a unilateral contract. B, the option binds the optionee to the performance. C, the optionee does not have any rights in the land. Or D, consideration must be given by the optionee to the optionor. Now I'll read it again. Which of the following statements about options is false? A lease option is a unilateral contract. B, the option binds the optionee to the performance. C, the optionee does not have any rights in the land. Or D, consideration must be given by the optionee to the optionor. And the answer is B, the option binds the optionee to the performance. Okay, that's what we just discussed before. Okay, under a lease, the leasehold interest lies in the A, lessor, B, lessee, C, landlord, or D, beneficiary. Okay, I'll read it again. Under a lease, the leasehold interest lies in the A, lessor, B, lessee, C, landlord, or D, beneficiary. What do you guys think? And the answer is B, lessee. Good job, everybody. By the way, do not be afraid to answer. If you guys have not been studying a lot or you're confused by the information, don't be afraid to participate. We don't only want to hear from the people who are doing awesome, who've been studying, the smarty pants. We want to hear from everybody. We were really nervous about doing these webinars at first because we thought people may be rude, but that has never happened since we've been doing this, since we started doing this a while ago. People have always been great, supportive. It's been awesome. So if you guys are not clear about what's going on, don't be afraid to speak up. Obviously, it's a little easier to speak up in the premium webinars. There's less people, but nonetheless, give it a shot. Do we all agree? Everybody should give their opinion, and everybody should be able to answer, and no judgments if you don't know what you're talking about. If you're struggling with this, you don't know what you're talking about, or you just kind of feel insecure, we want to hear from them. Right, guys? We're a community. We always want to hear from everybody. Okay, so don't be afraid to speak up if you guys are a little insecure about this or anything like that. Speaking of community, I really recommend you guys join our real estate exam study group. Adrian, can you put that link there, the real estate exam study group? Just look up PrepAgent Real Estate Exam Study Group on Facebook. You could see that there. And there's a lot of people there from all over. We're pushing on, I think, 16,000 people in that group, all studying for the real estate exam. So it's a lot of people. So what you do is you go on, and in the keyword search on the left of the group, you'll type in whatever topic you want to discuss, whether it's the name of your state or a certain word like leases, and then all the comments that have that word in it will come up. Has everybody got that? So I know it's overwhelming, but you go in the keyword search, you type in the topic you're interested in, and then all the comments in that group will come up that relate to that topic. Okay? And obviously when you sign up for that group, make sure you put in your information correctly, answer the questions correctly, because we don't want spammers, right? Boo, spammers. We work really hard to make sure that group is focused on helping people that pass the exam, not on selling junk. Right, guys? Everybody write boo, spammers. Yes, Sherry, we'll put that together for sure. We'll put together a webinar on amortization and math. Okay, move right along. And Adrian posted a sign-up link if you guys want to sign up. If you want to sign up, just go to PrepAgent.com. Okay, here we go. When a contract contains a provision outlining what money penalties will be levied against the party that refuses to perform, the amount specified is known as A, earnest money, B, performance guarantees, C, liquidated damages, and D, consideration. I'll read it again. When a contract contains provisions outlining what money penalties will be levied against the party that refuses to perform, the amount specified is known as A, earnest money, B, performance guarantees, C, liquidated damages, or D, consideration. Okay, and the answer is C, liquidated damages. Okay, liquidated damages is the money you get when somebody does not perform what they said they would do. If we have any first-timers here on the webinar, welcome all first-timers. Glad you can make it today. Okay, all the following listings require the broker be the procuring cause of the sale if she or she is entitled to a commission except A, all the listings require proving procuring cause. B, exclusive right to sell listings. C, exclusive listings. Or D, open listings. And I'll read that again. All the following listings require that the broker be the procuring cause of the sale if she is to be entitled to a commission, except, excuse me, A, all listings require proving procuring cause. B, exclusive right to sell listings. C, exclusive listings. Or D, open listings. Okay, and the answer is exclusive right to sell listings. Excellent. Good. Okay, so there's two types of listings. There's two categories of listings. Do you guys know what they are? So you have listings, which we said is an employment contract where the licensee is employed to find a buyer. Right, guys? Now, those listings go into two categories, exclusive and non-exclusive. Exclusive and non-exclusive. Exclusive, just like when you're in a romantic relationship, means you're committed to one person and one person only. Non-exclusive or an open listing means that you could have relationships with a lot of different people and it won't affect the relationship with the primary person. It's agreed upon that you could have relations with a lot of different people. Okay? So an exclusive listing, there's only one broker. Everybody got that? Open listings, you can hire many brokers, and whoever brings in the buyer gets paid. Whoever brings in the buyer gets paid. So that broker would have to prove that they're the procuring cause of the buyer. Everybody got it? Now, exclusive listings go into two categories, exclusive right to sell and exclusive agency listings. Okay, exclusive right to sell and exclusive agency listings. An exclusive right to sell, if somebody buys the house, you get paid no matter what. Okay? Exclusive agency, although there's only one broker, if the owner finds the buyer themselves, you get nothing. You get nothing. Therefore, exclusive right to sell is the only type of listing where you do not have to prove that you're the procuring cause of the buyer. Because in exclusive agency, you'd have to prove it, and in an open listing, you'd have to prove it. Everybody got that? So with that being said, I hope today's webinar helped. We're closing it out now. I hope you guys have a great day today and tomorrow, obviously. Tomorrow we are back for our premium members at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock East Coast time, and you guys do the math wherever you are in between. Other than that, this is Joe from PrepAgent with Adrian and Arthur on the chat. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Make sure to follow me on Instagram.